What's going on YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of XRP, and what we're going to be doing is looking at XRP on the 4-hour time frame first so we can really get some detail, and then we're going to be moving out to the 1-day time frame. So we're going to dig into all this, guys. If you get something from these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll dig into this. So first of all, I have about 4 bullish things that I want to point out, and I have about 4 bearish things that I want to point out as well. I want to start off with the bullish. So overall, as you can see here, our trend is still up. So we're in a nice uptrend. We've been in an uptrend. It started with this first higher low that we had, and this was December 20th, 2019. So all 2020, we've been in an uptrend, so we have that going for us. What you always want to remember, these trends, it's like rivers. You always want to be on the side of the trend, and right now, in the intermediate term, the trend is up, so we'd want to align ourselves. This is the time when you're hodling. This is the time you're accumulating. This is when you're going long, when you're in an uptrend like this. Now, the next thing that I wanted to point out for us was we tested the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame in white. And a lot of times this ends up holding for us when we're in an uptrend. Excuse me, we will back test it a few times, but typically when you're in uptrend, you will respect this or find support off this 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. And you can see we broke up through it on January 6, 2020. We came back and back tested it on January 10th, and ever since January 10th, so well over a month now, we have traded up above that. And what happened was just recently, yesterday, we ended up back testing it again, and you can see this long wick down here, and this is where the bulls stepped in. So this area at the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, this was respected as support. And also what you can see here, in orange, this is a trend line. So this is our secondary trend line. We have a fanning technique that we're doing on our trend lines here, but we're holding this 200 moving average as well as finding support off this trend line, which has 3 or 4 touches off it. So this is definitely a valid trend line. So that's a good thing. So like I said, the trend's up, number one. We back tested our 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, and we're also still holding up above that trend line. Now, if we start to break down through that 200 moving average and that trend line, and we started to have candle closes below that, I would start looking at support being down around about 25 cents. We'll call it 24.8. So 25 cents right in that range, and it'd be this area here is where we'd look to try to find support and get a bounce. But we definitely need to keep this uptrend moving here. And what we're looking at now is you try to look at patterns and fractals and different types of stuff as you're just looking at the history of XRP here. You can kind of see we're doing something similar. This is a steeper drop, but you see how far we dropped down, then we had a reaction. We set a lower high, then we came back down, set a lower low, and now what needs to happen is we need to break out through this white downtrend line, or at least come back up here and test it, because we need to start pushing up through this area and get up above 30 cents, which is our previous lower high there. That's going to be important for us to break up through. But what you see here is that retracement, reaction, retracement, just like over here. Retracement, reaction, retracement, and then we started again. So what we need to do now is start that uptrend again and break out of this short-term downtrend that we're in. Now, in terms of bearish, like we were looking at, so we have this trend line here that's going to act as resistance, so we'll have to break out through that. Now, another thing that we're looking at is our 20 EMA on the 4-hour, our 40 moving average on the 4-hour, and our 50 moving average on the 4-hour. We have lost those, and you saw we tried to back test them here. Once we broke down through them, we back tested them. We could not get up above them, and we fell again, and we fell hard because we could not close up above those. So in the shorter term, we have those moving averages acting as overhead resistance and pressing down upon us, and we're starting to get squeezed in between this 200 and the rest of these moving averages. So eventually here, as the candles get tight and get small, we're going to have to break to the upside, or we're going to start breaking to the downside here. But it's getting really tight for us, and we need to pay attention because we need to start setting those higher highs and higher lows again. We have to get out of this short-term downtrend that we've been in. And we've also had a heck of a loss here too, so we've had a nice retracement for us to potentially let the market breathe so that we can start making those higher highs. But we went from around 35 cents all the way down to 26 cents. That's a 25% drop in a matter of a few days, and that's the power of this market. Big markets like the Dow Jones hardly move 20% in a year, and you're looking at this in a few days. So that's why you want to learn how to trade this stuff. It can be really beneficial for you. Now, if we step out to the 1-day time frame and we start evaluating some candles and looking at some things here. So first of all, I want to take this white line off just so you can see the candles. And also, guys, you get some from this, you want me covering XRP, smash that like button. Let me know down low. Tell me what you've been doing. Are you in an XRP position? Are you still waiting? Are you looking for a good area to accumulate? Do you not like XRP? Are you just a hater watching this? You know, I enjoy trading it. I think it moves really fast, and it's a good one to trade. That's just my opinion. But what you're looking at here is how we came back down, and we even back tested the 200 moving average on the 1-day time frame, and we got a little bounce off that. So we had the buyers step in there, but we were down right in this area, and we had broken through it on February 4th. So that entire time we came up, we set another higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we had this dump. So what needs to happen now is for us to continue to hold the 40 moving average, the 200, and this 50, and we're going to look to see if we can get that golden cross of this 50 over that 200 soon. But this is what needed to happen. We needed this cool down so we can power back up and start trying to get over 30 cents and then back up around that 35 cents and also up above this 20 EMA. Again, we don't want to be trading below that, in my opinion. But we still have a lot of good things going for us. We're up above this first trend line, second trend line, 200 moving average, 40 moving average, and the 50 moving average. We have lost this 20, but I also want you to pay attention. We have a potential little head and shoulders pattern here that you just want to look at in terms of the bearish side. We had that bearish engulfing candle up here, so just keep an eye on it. Head and shoulders don't always play out. Sometimes you even have fake outs. You can have a head and shoulders, you start to break to the downside, you have a broken pattern, and then you slingshot to the upside. So there's all different types of scenarios that can happen. And then also look at this volume as well. Volume is tailing off at this area. We want volume to step back in so we can really swell and have enough strength to move to the upside. Then if we throw on our stock RSI, we are in that oversold territory. We're at 1.63 and 3.60, so we have plenty of room to run to the upside now since we cooled off to potentially start making that higher move to the upside. But this is where I want to see us at a nice higher close today, maybe even some type of bullish engulfing candle, and then start getting our move to the upside. Next, I wanted to look at TradingView. And what we're looking for in TradingView, we're going to go into the technical analysis and take a look here. So on the 1-day time frame, and that's what we're looking at now, we have 8 for a sell, we have 8 for a neutral, 12 for a buy. Our oscillators 1 sell, 7 neutral, 3 buy, and moving averages 7 sell, 1 neutral, and 9 buy. And then you can go down through here and you can take a look at all the sells, you can take a look at all the buys, add them up, and just kind of see where you're at. But this would be an area as long as Bitcoin will continue to cooperate with us. And that's the trouble, guys, is having Bitcoin cooperate with us. We need Bitcoin to continue to make a nice move to the upside and get over $10,000. And then hopefully that will propel XRP to start challenging 30 cents and then up there around that 35 cents. But we're just going to see if we bounce here. You know, there's a lot of people out here saying that Bitcoin's going to crash again and this or that, but we have to take it 1 day at a time. That's the biggest thing that you can do, is just take it 1 day at a time, one candlestick at a time, and look at that, because there have been people who've said XRP was going to be $100, you know, in 2019, guys. So we just have to take this price action as it comes, plan for the upside, downside, and the sideways. So you get something from this, like, subscribe. God bless each and every one of you. Take care.